My girlfriend picked her friend's birthday celebration over being by my side when I was in a major car accident. Now I'm doubting the entire relationship. This all unfolded 2 weeks back, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I could really use some neutral opinions because I'm not sure if I'm blowing this out of proportion or if it's truly as bad as it seems. Let me give you some context first so you can get the full picture. My girlfriend Jasmine and I have been dating for 2 years. We share an apartment, divide expenses evenly, the complete package. I work in tech sales and was recently promoted to senior account executive last month, a goal I've been pushing hard for over a year. The promotion included a 40% salary bump and pretty much locked in my long-term career path. The day everything happened began on a high note. Around 3 p.m., my manager pulled me into his office and confirmed I'd gotten the promotion. I was ecstatic. The first person I reached out to was Jasmine. I texted her, "Babe, I landed it. The promotion is official. Want to go out tonight to celebrate? Maybe that steak place you adore?" Her reply was pretty underwhelming. "That's awesome, Han, but I can't tonight. It's Jessica's birthday bash." You knew about this. Truth is, I had a faint recollection of her mentioning Jessica's birthday, but I assumed that for something this massive in my life, she'd want to mark it with me first. Jessica is an old college friend she hangs out with perhaps 3 or 4 times annually, whereas this promotion was genuinely transformative for both of us. I pushed a little more, I understand, but this is huge. Could you maybe join the party later? After grabbing dinner with me? Her response stung. "Don't be self-centered, Mike. Friends only get one birthday each year. Your promotion will still be there. We can celebrate another time." That word self-centered really bothered me, but I didn't want an argument, so I let it go and said I'd just hit happy hour with the team instead. Jump ahead to about 9 p.m. I was walking out of Murphy's Pub, the bar right across from our office where my colleagues and I had gone for drinks to toast the news. I was messaging my friend Dave to plan meeting up later when I stepped into the pedestrian crossing. I didn't notice the Honda Civic blow through the red light. Suddenly, I was sprawled on the asphalt with people yelling all around. My left leg felt completely off, wrong in a bad way. Blood was on my face, and every breath made my ribs burn like crazy. A bystander had already dialed 911. The EMTs were excellent. They stabilized me quickly and rushed me to the ER. Diagnosis: fractured tibia and 3 cracked ribs. It could have been far worse, but I was facing surgery and a long recovery period. This is where things turn truly upsetting. I'm in the emergency room, pumped with painkillers, but still lucid enough to use my phone. The doctor explained I was stable, but needed an operation the next morning. Something about waiting for the on-call orthopedic specialist and ruling out any overlooked internal issues. They planned additional imaging and wanted me to remain NPO overnight before the procedure. All I craved was to hear Jasmine's voice, to have her beside me. I was terrified, isolated, and in agony. I rang her around 11 p.m. Mike. "Hey, what's going on?" "I'm at Jessica's party." "Jasmine, I was struck by a car." "I'm at the hospital. Please come." Dead silence for maybe 10 seconds. Then, "Wait, are you for real? How serious is it?" "Serious. Broken leg, cracked ribs. Surgery tomorrow." Another long pause. I could hear music thumping and people laughing in the background. Can this hold until tomorrow? I'm kind of in the thick of Jessica's event, and everyone's arrived. It would look strange if I bailed now. I was stunned by her words. "Jasmine, I was hit by a car. I'm begging you to come to the hospital. Listen, you're clearly okay enough to phone me. Just rest it off or ring your mom. We're about to do karaoke, and I already covered bottle service. I'll swing by in the morning, all right?" She ended the call. Hung up on me. I stared at my screen for what felt like half an hour. A nurse checked in and offered to contact someone else for me. I wound up calling my mom, who's 3 states away, and my buddy Dave. Dave canceled his plans and arrived in under an hour. But the real gut punch: around midnight, Jasmine uploaded an Instagram story from the party. She's holding a cocktail, beaming, caption reading, "Girls' night is life. Priorities equals friends, always priorities." While I lay in a hospital bed with a shattered leg. Worst of all, several co-workers witnessed the crash. It happened directly outside the office. Quite the scene with ambulance lights, cops, everything. By morning, the news had spread through the company. So imagine, everyone at work knows I suffered a severe injury. They're sending cards, flowers, messages, and then they spot my girlfriend's Insta story from the exact same night, partying with captions about priorities. I had the operation the following morning. Dave stayed through it all. Jasmine didn't appear, didn't even send a text. She finally messaged me that afternoon. Hi, hoping surgery went well. Jessica's party ran super late. When are you heading home? That's when the reality sank in. I began recalling other instances where she'd acted similarly. When I finished my MBA 2 years ago, she skipped the graduation celebration dinner for a planned wine tour with friends. When my grandfather passed last year, she attended the funeral but dipped out early because her old college roommate was visiting. There had always been some other person's event that trumped supporting me during key moments. I'm still recovering in the hospital now, day 3 after surgery, and I keep circling this thought. If you won't show up when your partner is actually in the ER, when will you ever show up? Dave has been incredible throughout. He's taken leave to assist me once I'm discharged. Meanwhile, Jasmine has visited exactly once, for roughly 20 minutes, mostly scrolling her phone and griping about pricey hospital parking. I need honest takes. Am I overreacting? Can this relationship be fixed? Or am I finally recognizing who she really is? Edit. Thanks for the early replies. Someone asked about the Insta story. Yes, it's still posted. Multiple co-workers saw it, and the optics are terrible for her professionally. Update 1. Wow. I didn't anticipate this level of feedback. Thank you all. It truly clarified things for me. I was released from the hospital 3 days ago. Jasmine drove me home, but used the entire ride to complain about cutting work short and mounting parking costs. She never once inquired how I felt or what I needed. The initial days back home were eye-opening. I'm on crutches, barely mobile, requiring assistance for simple tasks. Jasmine's idea of caregiving was placing a sandwich on the counter and announcing she was heading out with friends because staying in was harming her mental well-being. But the true revelation hit yesterday. With all this downtime, I'd been reflecting deeply on our dynamic. You were spot on. This wasn't isolated. So I did what I should have done long ago. I compiled a list. Moments Jasmine wasn't present when it counted. My MBA graduation dinner. Opted for wine tasting with friends. My grandfather's funeral. Left early for roommate visit. My interview for this promotion role. Chose brunch with her sister. Now the accident. Moments I dropped everything for her. Drove 4 hours when her car died. Skipped my cousin's wedding to console her over a friend fallout. Flew back early from a work conference during her panic attack. The imbalance was painfully obvious. But it gets even more telling. Yesterday, coworker James dropped off some paperwork I needed to sign. He was professional as usual, but clearly uneasy. Eventually he blurted, "Man, I hate to bring this up, but the office is buzzing." Turns out Jasmine's Instagram story from the accident night has circulated widely. Someone captured a screenshot before any possible deletion. The priorities caption while I was in emergency care isn't landing well with colleagues or shared friends. James said the consensus is unanimous. People are appalled. The men call it cold-blooded. The women are harsher still. Apparently Lisa in accounting remarked, "I wouldn't treat an ex that way, never mind a boyfriend." Even casual acquaintances are discussing it. But the best part, Jasmine remains clueless that others know. She assumes she's handled it discreetly, or simply doesn't grasp how poorly it reflects. She even complained yesterday, "I feel like your coworkers dislike me. They're acting strange when I visit." Last night, I reached my breaking point. I phoned Dave, who's been phenomenal, and asked if he'd help me relocate this weekend. My mobility is limited, but I can pack and oversee. Dave immediately committed to taking the day off. I haven't informed Jasmine yet. I've acted normal while organizing. Secured a modest 1-bedroom across town with flexible leasing. It's basic, but independent. Plan is Saturday during her regular yoga session. I'll box my belongings. She'll return to a partly emptied home and one letter on the kitchen island. I do waver sometimes. Part of me considers discussing it first, checking if growth is possible. But then I recall lying alone in that bed, phoning the woman I loved, and hearing that paid bottle service mattered more than my crisis. Dave said something profound. "Man, when people reveal their character, trust it the first time." She's revealed hers repeatedly. How many more chances are you giving? I believe he's correct. I've been rationalizing her behavior for years because I wish she were different. The toughest realization is that I genuinely love her, but I'm learning the gap between loving someone and receiving love in return. I've been the sole giver here. I'll post another update after the move. Send good vibes. Update 2. You guys, I wasn't ready for the fallout after leaving. Saturday unfolded smoothly. Dave plus 2 other buddies assisted with packing and hauling while Jasmine was at yoga. I claimed only my personal items, careful not to touch hers. My leg remained painful, so I mostly directed from a chair as they handled the load. We cleared everything in roughly 3 hours. I placed the note on the kitchen counter where it'd be impossible to miss. Kept it concise. Jasmine, I needed you badly once, and you chose elsewhere. That revealed all I needed about our relationship and my place in it. Hope Jessica's birthday made it worthwhile. Do not reach out. Mike. Then I powered off my phone and headed to the new spot. I switched it on Sunday morning to 47 missed calls and 23 texts, all Jasmine. Early ones confused. Where are you? Your things are missing. What's going on? Anger surfaced fast after the note. Seriously ending us over one error? You're overreacting. Then defensiveness. I didn't realize the severity. You seemed okay on the call. Manipulation followed. I was frightened of hospitals. You know blood bothers me. Finally, desperation. Please respond. We can fix this. And the expected reversal. I can't believe you'd abandon me. You're like all the rest. I ignored every message. Blocked her number, but that didn't end the chaos. Sunday evening, mutual friend Cody rang me. Jasmine had appeared at his place in tears, asking if he'd heard from me. She claimed I'd vanished over a minor spat and wanted him to persuade me back. Cody stood firm. Jasmine, everyone in the circle knows the truth. Mike was hit by a car, and you picked a party. That's not minor to anyone except you. Cody said she froze, muttered, "It wasn't like that," and departed. Monday brought escalation. I'm remote this week due to recovery, but during a team video meeting my notifications exploded. Group chats, IG DMs, even LinkedIn pings. Jasmine had spent Sunday through Monday spinning her narrative to shared contacts. I was controlling and emotionally abusive. I was punishing her independence and social life. Her top claim, I couldn't handle her autonomy. Issue was, many from my workplace already knew the facts, and that screenshot was spreading. Her story crumbled quickly. People dodged her outreach. By Monday night, her version had no traction. Jessica, the birthday host, actually messaged me personally. She said Jasmine never mentioned my accident at the party. Had she known, she'd have insisted Jasmine leave instantly. No celebration justifies that, Jessica wrote. I'm honestly disturbed she hid behind my event. Social consequences mounted for her. Cody reported their group chat went silent on her posts, and she'd been excluded from recent plans. She grew suspicious, questioning friends about unspoken tension and getting evasive replies. Tuesday intensified. Recall the office chatter? Someone posted an anonymized WWYD version on company Slack. Responses were uniform outrage. Once connections were made to the real parties, ripples hit Jasmine's workplace too. Our firms collaborate, so networks overlap. Word reached her office via a shared client. Her manager's admin linked to my company, heard details, and it spread. Colleagues there now give her distance, especially female coworkers. She was apparently skipped for a women's lunch outing. Unprecedented. Wednesday, Jasmine appeared at my new building. I spotted her through the window and debated ignoring, but knew confrontation was inevitable. She looked exhausted, sleep-deprived. First words, "We have to talk." I blocked the doorway, no entry. Nothing left to discuss, Jasmine. I messed up that night. I was intoxicated, scared, didn't grasp the gravity. You ended the call after I said I was hospitalized. I get it, but I can improve. I'll do better. What struck me? Her tears seemed rehearsed, more about fallout than remorse. I asked, Jasmine, when's the last time you checked on me? Physically, mentally, anything? She started to reply, then stopped. Couldn't name one. I have fractured ribs and a broken leg. Months of PT ahead. Pain keeps me awake, and in these 2 weeks you've never asked how I'm coping. Not even now. Her crying intensified, but I was finished. You showed me a vital distinction, Jasmine, between someone who loves you and someone who's merely accustomed to your presence. Hope we both learned from it. I shut the door. She lingered outside maybe 10 minutes, occasional soft knocks, then silence. She eventually left. No contact since. Strangely, I feel unburdened, like shedding an invisible load. Dave visited last night with pizza. We chilled like before. He noted I seem more myself than in years. PT begins Monday. Company has been supportive. Solid friends rallying. New place is compact, but calm. I ponder staying. If I'd accepted excuses, would real change follow? Or just reinforce that I tolerate being secondary? I know the answer. Thanks for the guidance, Reddit. You helped me reclaim my self-respect. Edit. Someone asked about the post. She removed it eventually, but screenshots endure. Many friends saved it. Final update. Thought I was finished posting, but Jasmine returned yesterday. I owe you the conclusion. Nearly a week since our prior talk. I've been progressing. Therapy aids healing. Work steady, rekindling old friendships I drifted from during the relationship. Dave observed I'd grown somewhat isolated. True, only clear now. Yesterday 6 p.m., knock at the door. Peephole revealed Jasmine with a large gift basket. Snacks, teas, recovery-themed. I almost pretended absence, but long-term avoidance felt impractical given overlapping circles. I opened, but kept her in the hall initially. Brought you this, she said, gesturing the basket, for your healing. Kind gesture, I replied neutrally, but I'm set. Mike, please, 5 minutes to talk? Against instinct, I allowed entry. She took the couch. I remained standing, partly pain, mostly boundary. I've reflected a ton, she began, and see I wasn't the partner you deserved. I stayed silent. Spoke to my therapist. She showed me I avoid conflict by prioritizing others. Like fearing Jessica's anger if I left her party. So you feared upsetting Jessica more than my pain. She paused. Framed that way, yes, and that's wrong, I recognize now. I eased into a chair opposite. Jasmine, recall your exact words when I called from the ER? I was tipsy, panicked, and you suggested sleeping it off or calling my mom. I was reaching out because I was frightened, injured, facing surgery, and needed my partner's support. Instead, you treated it like a minor ailment. She teared up, this time more authentic perhaps. I relive that call daily. I despise my response. I don't want self-hatred for you. I shook my head, but I also can't stay where I'm perpetually second place. You aren't. You're my top priority. Name one instance last year you chose me over others when it counted. She tried, then couldn't. I can list dozens where I chose you, I said. Over family gatherings, career moves, friends, but none come to mind from you. Tears streamed freely. I can grow. I can improve. Perhaps you can, but not here with me. Meaning what? Deep breath. It means you must learn proper prioritization, and I won't be the trial run. I deserve a partner who instinctively rushes when I call from a hospital, not one discovering that basic expectation. So after 2 years, you're finished. Yes. She sat quietly crying. Then, surprising me, you're correct on everything. I appease others to avoid disappointment, and took you for granted knowing you'd excuse it. She met my eyes. I'm truly sorry, Mike, for how I treated you. That felt sincere, the first real accountability. I value the apology, I replied. Honestly. She rose to go, paused. For whatever it's worth, I hope one day you forgive. Not for me, but you. After her exit, I sat processing for hours. Something shifted. She seemed to grasp the harm beyond mere consequences. Dave stopped by later, asked my feelings. Sad, I answered, but no regrets. Accurate. Grief over the ending. Sorrow she required losing me to learn, but 0 second guessing the departure. Ribs mending. Legs strengthening. New work project soon. Planning a guy's trip with Dave once fully mobile. I'm solid. Truly, peacefully solid. Thank you for writing this out with me, Reddit. You all helped me stand tall when it mattered most.